Now I would probably take the time, to give you guys some insights on, if you're applying for abroad job opportunities, in terms of what would be the interview process, and at the same time, how would you build your LinkedIn profile and how would you apply for a job, and also in regards to the visa process, because everyone tells you, like how do you crack an abroad opportunity and all that, but no one gives you insights into a visa process. And a person who gives you that insight, you will be able to go through that process much easily, or you will have more confidence in going through that process. So, it all started with applying on LinkedIn for a systems engineer position at Backbase. And the first set of discussions were that, they are going to go ahead and ask you to show your profile. They are going to ask you to send your resume. So you go ahead and send your resume. You probably upload your resume onto LinkedIn. That's also something a lot of people do these days. And then you go ahead and, apply for that particular profile. You share your resume, and then you wait until they give you a call back, because there are a lot of organizations who may not give you a call back, but there are organizations that would at least tell you that you don't qualify for this particular profile, or they would give you an opportunity for an interview. So that's something that you got to do. So once you get back, your a response from the recruiter, they would probably, schedule a 30-minute discussion between you and the recruiter. And in this 30-minute discussion, it's very important to understand, that the expectation of the organization, the recruiter knows about it, which means you have to tackle this round in such a way that you fall under that expectation category. So if the recruiter is expecting 4 to 5 skill sets from you, and you don't satisfy those 4 to 5 skill sets, you are probably not going to be shortlisted for that profile. So what I would suggest is do a lot of background research on that profile, not on the company, but on the profile before you walk into a recruiter round. So that's a 30-minute discussion round. It's pretty easy, because it's not going to be technical in nature, but you're going to show your expectation. It's going to match with the recruiter's expectation, which means they are going to automatically put you through to the next round. So that's where your comm skills are also being judged. Very, very important to understand your comm skills. Okay. So once your comm skills are really good, the recruiter is happy with your expectation, they are probably going to give you a practical round. And the practical round's question will probably be in your mail. They would send out a mail within an hour or two. And once you read the practical rounds, you got to think about certain aspects in your mind. How long would it possibly take me to implement this? The kind of approach I have to follow, and whether I need to provide any supported documentation for this so that they are able to implement it on their side. So these are some of your thought process that should go into play, probably an architecture diagram or, some supported documentation and stuff. And then you plan it in such a way that I'm going to take 3 to 4 days in regards to implementing this. And in that 3 to 4 days, you go ahead and, spend your entire time. You do your background work on the specific technologies that they have asked you to implement. If there is something that you don't know, probably take one more extra day to go ahead and, understand that particular technology, and then you go for the implementation. So if they give you 1 week time, plan for that 1 week, and once you do that, the next thing that you could possibly do is go ahead and send all of your supported resource material that you have along with your implementation in another mail, or probably if they ask you to submit it on a particular platform, do that, and probably do it on your deadline, within your deadline. Don't go ahead and ask for some more time from the recruiter in regards to finishing the task. Do it on your deadline, okay? And once you do that, what they are going to do from their side is they are going to look at 3 different aspects. Have you finished the implementation? Have you done all of the implementation for the requirements that they have asked you for? And then the third thing that they are going to look at is, do you have the supported documentation in regards to that? And once you do that, they are going to be very happy with your implementation, and they are going to schedule another technical discussion round. But in this technical discussion round, something that you have to think about is you are going to be asked a lot of questions on your profile. So which means if whatever you have mentioned on your profile, you have to be really good at it. So if you're really good at what they have mentioned at your profile, then each and every question, the way you could target it, like I mentioned before, is precise, to the point, what, why, and how. So in that way, they don't go ahead and ask questions more on that particular topic. So my entire interview was in regards to, Kubernetes. But then your interview could be a little different depending on the different technologies that you have mentioned on your profile. So then once your interviewer is happy, how you could guess your interviewer is happy? Because they will not tell you that. The way you could guess that is, out of all of the questions that they have asked you, if you are able to do justice for at least 80% of the questions, even if you don't know 2 out of 10 questions, that's fine, But if you have done justice to at least 8 questions out of the 10 questions, then you can be really happy with yourself that you have answered everything and you have done justice to the interview. And then they are going to possibly get back to you within a day or two with your next set of rounds. And the next round would be something in regards to a technical manager round or a technical director round. But in that particular round, they may not ask you that much on the technical aspects, but still be ready for that. But what they could possibly quiz you on is in regards to your behavioral skills, your team management skills, your leadership skills, your consultant skills, your client facing skills, and your upskilling. What is your day-to-day activity. So all generic questions, but then you answer it in such a way that they are happy. Because ultimately you got to remember this. This is an amazing statement. You got to remember this. For you, the job is a need. For them, you are a choice. Okay, because they can get many people in the industry. Just remember that. That's how the IT industry works. If you're not able to crack an interview, you don't have to worry about it, but then you got to do your best to satisfy their expectations. So in your technical director round or probably in your last round kind of stuff, ensure that you talk more in regards to what is your day-to-day activity. How do you help a lot of people in your team achieve a particular task, and how do you upskill? What are the leadership skills that you show? Probably how do you manage a project? How do you create Jira tickets? Things like that. So once you do all of these things, you're going to get a positive impact on your manager, and that person is then going to hire you. So during this entire interview process, I've given you a lot of insights. These are the things that you got to follow.